You hear me?
Yeah,
Nice to see you again. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. And you?
Really good, really good. Thank you for asking. And how was your day so far? Can you please tell me? Okay, what did you do today?
Uh, Today, I did this morning. I was so tired, so I stay up uh, a half of working day, and in the afternoon, I felt it's better. Then I went to work again. Now it's better.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and do you have any plans for tomorrow? What will you do tomorrow? Do you have any plans? What are you going to do tomorrow?
I have my brother have will a deadline in two days, so I think so I will concentrate on doing it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, so we will start. Okay, so we have here an interesting lesson. Okay, we will start from here. Now, in this lesson, you will learn a language for checking and clarifying information. We have here these questions here. Okay, can you please read these questions for us?
Yeah,
Can you please read these questions? Can you see it?
yeah,
I sure see. Okay, can you please read these questions? Do you
yeah.
have?
Do you have a good memory, or do you sometimes forget things? Do you have I read again. Do you have
Yeah.
a good memory, or do you sometimes forget things? Do you
Mm-hmm.
use any of these things to help you remember? Uh,
So
dear,
do you have a good memory? Can you please tell me, do you have a good memory?
no, I often forgotten. So
Mm-hmm.
I think so. My sometimes I think that my mind it was intellectually dead.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and why do you think so? Why do you
Uh,
think so?
I forgot everything. For example, when I have a chance to go out of my door, and then I think that if I forgot something, at last when I came to the car park, and I remember that I forgot my key at home. When I returned to my home, and I don't know where I put it. It took me a lot of hours to find it. At last, uh, I saw it in my hand.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and what do you do? For example, when I want to do something like this, I usually write my notes. Okay, I use like this reminder when I because I cannot remember all of these things that I have. So what is something that you can do? For example, how you organize your thoughts. Okay, so what do you do to organize yourself about your let's say about your job, about your daily occupation. So what is something that you do in this? Okay, do you
I
write your notes? Do you what do you do?
I did remember that I one time that I try to make a plan in my notebook, but some days later I forgot where I put my notebook, and by I would buy some another instead, and I continued to write. in another notebook, and then I forgot all of my notebook where sometimes I find one of them, and I don't know what is the 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 latest notebook I need.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and we have here, okay, this part. I just want to ask you. We have here this part. Uh, I want to ask you. Uh, we have. How do you organize a typical day at work? Okay, so what is something that you do to organize your typical day at work? So what is something that you do? For example, if you want to organize your day, so how do you organize your day? What do you do to
Uh,
organize your day, your typical day at work? So what is
yes,
something that you do at work? How do you
uh,
use your work usually started?
yeah, I have a gym, and in our groups have a plan for everyone, and we put it uh, mm, we put our daily work there. And then I can check my works if I forgot, and I try to make it um, in order. In order to the most important is the first, and I make it with the color red, and the second important, uh, the second vital for me, and it's not urgent. I put it with the second night, and with maybe yellow color, and
Mhm,
something is not important and is not urgent. I give it for our our staffs, and I note it in the theory, and then after day of work, I check it and ask my staffs what is done or not.
mhm. Okay, so you ask your staff, is it done or not done? Okay, and uh, uh, can you please tell me how do you organize your day? Not on your job, not on your. So how do you organize your day beside your job? Okay, so something that you do, okay, after your job. Okay, so how do you organize your day after your job when you finished your job? So how do you organize your day?
Uh, um, with a normal day, I often come back home and do something every day. I do, so I cannot forget it, because I have a responsible for cooking for my children, and then uh, I'm waiting for them, and prepare dinner. Prepare dinner with and having dinner with them. So I think it's not need to put in the diary. But sometimes I have another plan. For example, a parent meetings at school, or my children, my boy have a competition at uh, tomorrow or weekend, and so on. I have to put it in my daily routine, and make the memory I ask Google help me to remind me.
Mhm. Okay, ask Google to remind you about everything. Okay, and now and why is important in your opinion? Why is important to, for example, to organize our day? Why is that so important in your opinion? Can you please tell me? Why is
Yes.
it important to have a good organization about the day, to organize the day nicely? So why is that so important?
I think uh, if everything in plant is can help it can help everyone to save time. And you know what, so when we forward something, it's with a lot of time. I remember that uh, in an article I read, uh, a scientist said um, one third our timelines in our time in our life, we forgot something, and make we it's take us the same time to find it. So I think that it's a so weird, it it's quite weird time for forget for forgetting something. So I think if we have a plan for everything, we can organize our life better, and have more free time to do everything we want and enjoy ourselves. And I think that if uh, un, I think the unorganized person has never worried about what to do, or uh, mm, what to do, and I think he, uh, they can work some more productive, and
Mhm,
can use their time so useful, more useful.
mhm. Okay, and this is a typical day at work. Okay, now we have here, okay, uh, uh, meetings. Okay, so I just want to ask you about the meetings in your on your job. So how often do you have meetings on your job? So how often do you usually have meetings? Okay, when you are doing your job. Okay, do you have your every day? So how often do you have your meetings? Can you please tell me?
Um, it's depend on what is meeting, and for example, in my department, we often have a meeting every week. I think at the weekend, we have a meeting to summarize our works in the last week, and we have what we have to do in the next week, and some reason for what is we did good or bad, and we can take the idea from a lot a member a
Mm-hmm.
member to give the best solution for the problem we have. I think that uh, it uh, it's good for the my department uh, work work properly, and more productive.
Productively. Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, it,
Okay.
it some organ sometimes we have an organ meeting where
Urgent
urgent
meeting.
urgent,
Urgent meetings. Mm-hmm. Okay.
urgent thing. Yeah.
Okay. And how do you handle, for example, urgent meetings? Who is leading urgent meetings in your company? Can you please tell
Uh,
me who is someone that is leading an urgent meeting in your company? Can you please tell me?
yeah. In my company, my general director often need an urgent meeting because it's so important.
Okay, very nice. And can you please tell me, did you ever you organize the meeting? Did you ever, for example, have an opportunity that you have a meeting that you are leading a meeting? Did you ever had this opportunity that you are in charge of the meeting?
Yeah, I often lead a meeting when it's belong to my subject or my um for something about what I have to do
Mm-hmm.
and my team have to do. So
Mm-hmm.
uh, um, I often to be a leader and I have to control the work of our staff.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you need to control. Okay, and why is important to control the work of your staff? Why is that so important, in your
Um,
opinion? What do you think?
because you know whatever people can have some mistake if we don't have someone follow us. For example, when I have to work and I have to do it myself. Sometimes I don't remember the deadline, or sometimes I do it not well ever as my boss as want. So I think if have a leader um, if uh, uh, the work uh, will be checked by another person, for example, especially a leader, I think it's better for both uh, teamwork and everyone in the team.
Mm-hmm. Everyone in the team. Okay, very nice. Okay, and we have here a role play, a conversation between Dave and Johnson and Angela. Okay, so they are having a meetings. Okay, so how many people usually are there on your meetings? So how many people are there usually on your meetings?
Uh, in a small meeting as in my department, there are only me and our staff, and then uh, there is only 10 people, and but sometimes my boss or my customer can take part in that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so back in time. Okay, yes, this is something that is quite interesting and quite good. Okay, and I want to ask you. Okay, we have here these meetings. Now we have here Dave. Okay, so this is read the email that Dave Jones received from his manager, and what does Dave have to do? What does clarify mean? Okay, can you please read this text for us?
Yeah, wait me a minute. Um, Hello, Dave. Please phone the Apeldoorn Hotel in Amsterdam 003120631115 and speak to Angela Ferrer.
Fair.
I Fer,
Mm-hmm.
Angela Ferrer. I have spoken to her before about a room for 30 to 40 people for a meeting. We just need to speak to clarify a few things. The the best day is the 27th. Find out the cost and uh, what they charge for coffee. We need a project and screen and see if they can provide lunch as well. Let me know if you have any problems, Gary.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so if they have any problems. Okay, so okay, so I want to ask you, what does Dave have to do in this, okay, in this text that you just read about? Okay, so what is something that Dave have to do?
Um, in the email,
Mm-hmm.
Gary asks Days to phone the uh, Apedron Hotel in Amsterdam and speak to the person whose name is Angela Fer.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he also informs Dam that he has spoke to her before to ask a room for 30 or 20 for 30 or 40 people to make a meeting
Mm-hmm.
and um, he also um, asked Dave, Dave to speak to them, clarify a few things, um, and he wants Dave offer Angela to have a meeting on 27th
Mm-hmm. 20,
and
20.
27th
Mm-hmm.
and ask them about the cost and the charge for coffee and also they does have to ask the hotel for a projector and screens and and maybe in addition lunch if they have if they have
Mm-hmm.
and the last issue that Gary Smith asked days to respond him if when he do have something problem.
Mm-hmm. When they have some problems. Okay.
Yeah.
Now let's see. And okay. And how would you write, for example, an email? So how would you write an email, for example, to your directors? Okay. So how would you, for example, write an email to your directors? Okay. If you have some problems, so how would you write your email? So what would you say, for example, in your email?
Yeah, because my director was so busy, so I have to make it very clarify.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and if I have a problem with my work, if it's very urgent, I make the notes urgent in the headline of the email,
Mm-hmm.
and then the major contents in the headline I will note for him too easy to read and then in my content of my email I give the main problem I have and uh, some uh, some reason for that and maybe some solution I could have a thing the last I will ask them respond me to choose what I have to do or he can give me some guys, some another guys.
Mhm. Okay. And can you please tell me how would you solve the problems, for example, if you have some problems with your colleagues? Okay, so would you solve the problem by yourself,
Yeah.
or would you, for example, call someone for your for help? So what is something that you would do in this situation? So would you solve the problem only you by yourself, or would you call someone? And who would you call if you want to call? Who would you call to help you with these problems? So can you please tell me?
Can you explain more? I think I
Okay. So you have certain problem in your company. Okay. So and so what is something that you would do? Would you solve this problem? For example, you're solving the problem, or maybe you will ask for help. So what would you do in this situation?
it's depend. If I think if is a problem that I can control, and it's not uh, it may not uh, cause um, surgery things for my company. Sorry.
Mhm,
Yes, I will do it myself. For
mhm,
example, when I have some problem with my customer, but I can negotiate with them, I will do it myself. For I can explain them about our product or our service, and I can give some um, uh, I can take their idea, and then if in my responsibility, and I can have give some decision. I will give it myself, but sometimes it is a serious problem. I will make an urgent email to my director, and then I can call him about that to remind him. Um, and after he read my email, he can respond to me, and I would do is following his idea, or I can make some discussion with him
mhm,
before give what have had to do
mhm. Okay, and did you ever had situation that you need to solve the problem, and what did you do?
myself.
Did you solve the problem? Okay, so in your company, can you give me one example? How did you solve the problem in your company? So what is something that you have done to solve the problem in your company? So what is something that you have done? Okay, something that you should do to solve this problem. So did you ever had in the past, in the history, that you have situation that you are solving the problem? So, and what if yes? Okay, can you please explain? This is how we can practice your speaking skills. Okay, so so can you please tell me what was the problem?
you, you want me tell about some detailed problem?
Yes, detailed problem. Okay, you don't need all the details, but can you please tell me what happened? Did okay? So you have, for example, certain problem, and you solve this problem. Okay, so I want to. Okay, you don't need to tell me about your company. You have some information that are classified. Okay, so you don't need to tell me about this. No, how did you solve the problem? What did you do in this situation when when your department has a problem, and how did you solve this problem?
I remember that 2 years ago,
Mhm,
my company have trouble with had a trouble with a customer. He When he bought a bag of rice from my company,
mhm,
but he opened it for, I think, maybe 2 weeks, and then he ate a half of it. Then he count for it, and he said uh, some rice in the bag is was not good.
mhm,
Um, if for most of case, I I had to I had only ask them, and I can explain. I can find the I try to discuss with them and found the problem, and then I gave the solution for it. But this customer is very terrible, was very terrible, and he said that he will uh, post it in the internet, and told something bad about my company and so on.
Oh.
I yes, it's a so it was so terrible for us, and then I try to do the best for my company. And last, he he accept for 100 millions for compensate, but my company accepted that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and in the future, how can what is something that you can do, for example, in the future, to overcome these problems? Okay, so to for example, if these problems happened again, so how can you overcome these problems? What can you do to overcome this problem?
I think that it's depend because it's quite we work in food industry, so that is a sensitive sensitive sector. So if it's happen in the future, I think that I would try to to know clearly what uh, what's happen with my customer, and I'll try to make them satisfied with our products, and then I can invite I'll invite them um, to visit our factory, or
Mhm.
then they will see they can see the way we do we we make we manufacture our product, and I think it's if they will have enough knowledge about it, they will feel uh, more truly in my company, and we could we will negotiate with them better.
We will negotiate with them
Yeah.
better. Okay. Now, would you can you imagine, for example, that you are doing your job in some other country? Can you please tell me? Can you imagine, for example, that you are doing your job in another country?
Yeah.
Okay. So, what do you think about working in another country? Is this an option that you can do?
I think so. In my opinion, working um, in in a company, working in another country is a very interesting but challenges. The first for interesting, I think it will make my mind open, and I can learn from another cultures, and I can understand. I can speak English fluently, and I can enjoy some local cuisines and so
Hmm.
on. Especially I can learn about foreigner run the company, and how how to connect with their staff, and how to they make it well, and so on. I think that's benefit, but on the other hand, there are a lot of challenges because different cultures may make me feel homesickness, and um, when I my English is not good, and sometimes I misunderstand what they say, so it maybe have a lot of challenge with my work. For example, if I misunderstand my boss say, I will do it wrong, and I think it's so.
Okay, and do you have in your company, do you have foreign people who are working in your company? Do you have someone who is from other country who that is working in your company with you?
Yeah. In my company, there is no officer member foreigner, but we have some partner working with my company to improve the software at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and how do they handle that? Okay, in your company, how do they handle this? Okay, for example, are these people, are they in Vietnam or in some other country?
Uh, but some people from another country and came to my company to work it, and their boss is still in abroad.
Mm-hmm. Still abroad. Okay. And what do you think about people who are working, for example, in your company? What do you think about these people who are working in
I
your company?
I think some of them are India, so their English is so difficult for me to understand.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Okay.
later. Um, I I try to studying English, and I hope in the following days I can understand them better, and I can talk with them in their language.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And yes, and okay, and now let's take a look here. Just one moment. We have here the following sentences are used to check and clarify information. Okay, so you need to use some of these words to put in this sentence. Can you please read this sentence for me?
Yeah. Um,
Can you
could
please
yeah.
please read?
Okay. Could you could you just
Mhm,
could you could you spell the company name for me, please? Could
mhm,
you could you
mhm,
as do could you spell the verb, maybe could you just
mhm. Yes. Could you just?
yeah could you
Mhm,
just spell the company name for me, please?
mhm. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry.
no
Okay.
problem. Yeah,
Just one moment. Sorry. Okay. Yes. First one is just. Okay. Next one.
yeah. Excuse me, was 13 or 13? Was it 13 or 30?
Mhm.
Was
Okay.
it? Yeah.
Was
It
it
was it 13 or 30?
13 or 30? Okay. Number
You
three.
need the Zoom for the whole day.
Mhm. For the whole day.
Yeah,
Okay. Next one.
the day. Yeah. Um, Does include that? And
Does that
yeah, does that include tax and oil
and all
and all and all uh, that cost?
the costs? Okay, all the costs.
Yeah,
Notice all the costs. Okay,
yeah.
number 5.
Uh, do you mean a project for transparency with
For
or computer?
okay, next one.
Sorry, could you spell it? Could
Could you
you
repeat?
repeat? Sorry, sorry. Could you repeat that? Um, please.
Please.
Yes. Yes. It's spell is. I can. I know the. Yes, it's spell. Mm, I spell it for you. I spell that for you.
Just for you. Okay, if you like. Just. Oh, sorry.
That
Eat. No, no. Eat for you. Sorry. Eat for you if you like. Okay. And
okay. When you. When can you confirm? Uh, confirm other.
that. Just one
Yeah.
moment. That reservation, please. That
Yeah. From that reservation, please.
that reservation, please. Okay. And did you ever okay yeah, did you ever, for example, put reservation on something? Did you ever put a reservation when you want to do something? Okay, so
Uh,
did you ever had a reservation on something, for example, and on what did you had a reservation? Okay, can you please tell me? Reservation for your
reservation.
yes, reservation. Did you ever put reservation on something?
Reservation. Uh, reservation. I sometimes when my family have a holiday, so I
Mm-hmm.
make a reservation with some hotel.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and what happened? Okay, so yes, your family made the reservation, and what happened? When
First, I pardon.
can you please repeat? When did you
Yeah.
had your reservation?
Yes. I called to the assistant of the hotel and
Mm-hmm.
asked them about uh, how much cost for a room, and it include some fees or breakfast or tea, and how many beds are there in the room, and is there a swimming
Mm-hmm.
pool is in the hotel, and is there the hotel near the road or the beach and so on.
Mm-hmm. Beach and okay, and someone. Yes, okay, and now let's see. Okay, and about your next reservation. Okay, so where would you like to go if you can choose? Okay, on your next vacation. Okay, so where would you like to go? Can you please tell me?
I would like to go the beach for the next weekend
Mm-hmm.
because
Okay, why for the next weekend? Where would you like to go on the next weekend?
because today it's very hot in Hanoi. I think it's early summer come. early summer comes, so I want to go to the beach for swimming and walking along walking along the beach and take some rest after being stressful with my work.
Mm-hmm.
And especially I want to have more time for my children because um I have been being all week, and I think that I have no time for them, and I feel very but bitchy for that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and yes, and okay. Now let's see this writing. Write a question to check information in the sentences. Okay, so we have this example. The meeting starts at 3 o'clock. Sorry, what time did you say? Did you say 2 or 3 o'clock? Okay, now let's try to write a question to check information. Okay, so can you please read the question? Okay, this question, and tell me how would you write or confirm this question. So can you please, okay, you have here these examples. So can you please read the question number 1?
The next Wednesday instead.
Okay, so let's try to read. Can we meet next Wednesday instead? So how would you ask? Okay, so you can create your question like this. So what would you say in this situation?
Uh, I make a question or answer.
Yes, how would you look? You have here example. The meeting starts at 3 o'clock. So how would
Yeah,
you? Okay, so we have sorry. What time did you say? Did you say 2 or 3 o'clock? Now let's try to do with this sentence number 1 to put in these sentences like this. So how would you do? How would you do that?
yeah. Can we miss the next Wednesday instead? Um, sorry, what time? Uh,
Mhm,
um, sorry, what time do you want?
mhm. What time do you want? Okay, next one. Number 2.
Um, yeah, I visit our clients in Manchester early every 4 weeks.
Mhm.
Um,
So how would you make a question here
yeah,
like this?
this, what what day what day um when you meet our clients?
Mhm. Okay, you can say I visit our clients in Manchester every 4 weeks. Okay, so when do
What
you visit? Okay, yes, please say.
what time uh, did you visit our clients?
What time did you visit your clients? Okay, now let's go with number 3.
It's take about 5 days for delivery to Holland. Uh, what sorry, what time uh, did it take you?
hmm Okay, what time does it take you? Okay, next one.
Mr. Petrovic is speaking at the conference. Sorry, what time? What time when? What time is he speak?
What time?
He
Okay,
speak.
okay. Who we can say who is speaking? Who is
Who?
speaking at the conference? You can ask, for
Yeah, yeah.
example,
Who is speaking?
at
Who
at
is
the con
speaking? The conference.
at the conference. Okay, next one.
Uh, our new office are about 30 kilometers from the airport.
hmm
Um, Sorry. What? How?
How far?
How? How far is the the new office?
Okay, so how far? Okay, so how far is the office? Number 6.
She decided to buy a biggest one.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, uh, what did she decide to buy?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes.
The the manager is going to Tokyo next week. Sorry, uh, what uh, what days is the manager going to Tokyo?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, or you can say yes this question, and you can say, for example, where is manager going
Where,
next week? Yeah,
where
you you can ask both questions. Both questions are correct.
yeah.
Okay.
Uh, the new ride is 125 pounds. Sorry, how does it this the how does it cost?
Mhm. How does it cost? Okay, and number 9.
We didn't buy it because it was too expensive. Uh, Sorry, why didn't you why didn't you buy it?
Why? Okay, yes. Okay, and what is something that, for example, that you like to buy? What clothes do you like to buy?
What do we,
So what clothes, what are some clothes that you usually like to buy?
what clothes do
Mm-hmm.
you need to
Yes,
buy?
yes.
To buy?
What clothes do you usually, I'm asking you, what clothes do you usually like to buy?
What clothes?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, um, Sorry, I didn't buy it because it was expensive.
It was expensive. Okay, very nice and very good. Okay, now, okay, that was really nice. Okay, so we will stop here. I can say that you're amazing.
See,
Okay, now, uh, you feel. I think that you feel much comfortable when you speak now. Is that right?
yes, very comfortable. Yes, I
Comfortable.
feel better.
Yes.
I feel better now.
Ah, that is good. That is something that is good. Okay, so now I have to go because I have another class. I have another class after your class. Yes. And yes, and I hope to see you soon. So see you on Saturday
Yeah,
at,
yeah,
yes, at 9:30 p.m. Is that okay?
right. Yeah, I
Yes.
tell
Okay. Okay. Bye bye. Good night.